What's going on, guys? It's LadyB. Today we're going to talk about anti-2-star bases in Town Hall 13. We're talking about in the competitive scene and in Legends League, how the pros are doing it, how they're pushing through the competitive wars with this, and how they're even pushing through in Legends League. Stay tuned. We're all used to seeing the ring base, but in Town Hall 13, they cause quite a problem because the Town Hall does so much damage to units. This isn't a problem for other Town Halls per se, but in 13, we're seeing this as a more common way to defend, not only in Legends League, but in the competitive war scene as well. And the two replays I'm going to show you were from League Wars. This one from J-Off, and then we have another one from Tribe Gaming. And I have a feeling we're going to see these on the world stage, so it's definitely worth noting on how these pro players are actually going about it and securing the 3-star with these bases and not getting tripped up by them. We have two different strategies today that I'm going to show you, but with the same denominator, and that's utilizing the blimp, the Yeti Drop blimp, to get the Town Hall. But the key component about this is ensuring that the blimp is covered by the Grand Warden, because you're going to want to make sure that while you clear the pathing around the base, that the blimp stays safe through for any possible air traps along the way. Now you can use a Coco Loon for the outside. Coco Loon, we call it Coco Loon because it usually goes out to search for any traps before you drop another unit, healers, baby drag, this blimp, and it'll pick up along the outskirts and then drop like a coconut. But the main thing you need to make sure you do is to get that blimp through the Grand Warden radius, through his aura, and have that ability available in order to use in case there's any traps along the way leading to the Town Hall. So two great examples here. We're going to take a look at BuMm first, and you can see here, main ring style base, he sends in the giant to do some tanking. We've got some bowlers funneling. This is always a great way to actually start off a raid if you can use very cheap troops to get your funnel done. So bowler, smart move there. Queen working her way through, and he's gonna actually just walk his queen through. It seems like a pretty common way, but then you figure, how am I going to get down that Town Hall? And this is where the blimp comes into play. So moving along, you see he dropped the Warden, works along with the Queen, gets that initial wall breaker set before sending out the main pack, ensuring that they all don't hit a spring trap or a bomb along the way. So you always send in the test wall breaker, gets the wall open, Grand Warden still working with the Queen and making sure that as he's going along, he's not using that ability. This ability needs to be reserved. You can see the healers picking up some traps along the way. He's got the Yetis down and set, leading the Yetis in with the jump. They're all going to work around that inner outside portion of the base as the King works on the complete outside. Or actually, I'm sorry, King's right on the inside of the base. It's the witches that are coming through, working along the outskirts. And here is where we see why you need to get this in the radius. So he sends in the blimp, aligns it perfectly to meet up as it's going along, gets it in that aura, and it's kind of on the cusp there. You see, he does perfect timing here, and there was no Coco Loon, but this is where the ability, you need it. And he was very quick at thinking that that Sam popped up, and he popped the ability, but you can see it chasing through, and it saves the blimp from getting dealt damage and opening up and this failing out, because if that blimp takes on the damage and the Yetis open up before they get to the Town Hall, this raid is over. You're not going to get the Town Hall. So make sure that you're doing that. And you see the Yetis work their way through that center of the base, the remaining portion of the Yetis working along still with the Queen. He's holding on to this Queen ability. We've got the witches still working along the outskirts here, handling the cleanup. Couple of loons coming in along the way, helping some of those defenses, and the RC coming in from that opposite side. And it's all going to converge together up towards the 1 o'clock side of the base here. But he absolutely smashed this, popping that RC ability there right at the end. One more loon that he had for some cleanup as well, and swagging a freeze. So perfect example of how to use this and why you need to make sure that you're popping that Grand Warden ability. So we're gonna look on to the next one from Tribe Gaming. Again, here we have another example of the blimp for the ring base, and this is how you're gonna take down that Town Hall in the center of the base. But this is a different example. So we're not just seeing it with Yeti Smash or any particular style troop. This can be done with any sort of composition, just as long as it's a ring base. And that's the main component of getting the blimp inside the course. So Hex came in for this one with the kill squad. And let me just point this out. It's a kill squad hog attack using Yetis for the kill squad. So from Town Hall 10, 11, I mean, we've had kill squads for so long, but in Town Hall 13, we're seeing some transitions with it, and it's really nice to see the Yetis used this way. So he drops the Yetis in, Ice Golem to help do some tanking along the way, King and Queen coming through to work their way along. That baby drag was set for the funnel initially. He does have to take on the Ice Golems right here, kind of on the tail end here, but ultimately gets through, gets what he needs, and King working his way in with the jump. Now again, with the Town Hall right there in the center, you know you need something to take that out. Hogs are obviously going to path around it. They're not going to go right for the Town Hall. It's one of the bigger problems to worry about with this is when it's moded like that, or you know, you have that distinction, there's not that natural pathing to go along. So that's where the blimp's going to come in action. Hogs work their way through the defenses. Obviously, you need to clear the path along the way as much as you can. And this is where you see the blimp getting dropped right in the radius of the Grand Warden, kind of like right there on the cusp of it coming through. He pops the ability to keep it safe because you need to ensure that there's no traps along the way, gets it in right on the Town Hall and gets through, picks up the Town Hall star and continues to work his way along. And this has done a lot of work already. Look how far this queen went, though. I have to point that out. Now, this was a kill squad. There's no healers on this queen, and this queen still managed to go the distance. Grand Warden working along with the RC, and it really came down to kind of the heroes here at the end. The queen dies out right towards the tail end. RC just pops her ability to try and get through some of those last remaining defenses, gets there right on the scatter shot, knocks it out. His king is still alive, miraculously here. It's just the queen that managed to fizzle off, but he had everything all set and lined up and really powered through this. So two amazing examples of getting through those ring bases in two different ways, but using the one common denominator, and that's the blimp. Leave your comments below in the chat. Let me know what you think about this particular way to take care of anti-2-star bases. Is it something you're struggling with? Did you already know about this? Are you doing something different? Let me know. And whatever examples you have, you can always feel free to tag me on Twitter. You can post some videos there, tag me so I can take a look and just keep me tuned in to what you guys are doing as well. If you want to follow me on social media, the links are below in the description. And as always, if you enjoy the content that I'm putting out, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button and be sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications. Until next time, this is LadyB. I'll catch you guys later.
You